Hello! Today we're talking Bucks versus Jazz, then checking out Nets versus Warriors, then answering some viewer questions. My name's Frank Spiro. Let's talk basketball! Let's get straight into the action with a highlight. Jazz and Bucks tipping off. Ironic since Bucks are the jazziest animal. Joe Ingles hits the three early, then he finds the Stifle Tower Rudy Gobert who slams it home over the Greek Freak. Check that one out. Ooh! Giannis gets into the lane, does a funky little pass to Dante DiVincenzo who hits the three. Then Donovan Mitchell gets the and one to go. Jordan Clarkson is so far the runaway favorite for Sixth Man of the Year. Hits the three there, then gets in the lane, finishes the pretty layup, and then another three. The Bucks would try to respond. Brook Lopez from the corner, and then back in my day, when Lopez was on the Nets, he was known for post moves. So this play is just ridiculous, like out of a basketball movie. Donovan Mitchell finds Joe Ingles in the corner for the corner three. Let's look at that one more time. Bogdanovich with the behind the back pass, then Donovan Mitchell does a no-look pass to the corner for Joe Ingles, who hits his fifth three of the first half. Giannis only had 2 points in the first half. That would change in the second half, gets the and one to go there, but Donovan Mitchell had it working, gets the spin move floater to go in the lane, but Jordan Clarkson gets into the paint. That's nifty. George Niang throws it up for Rudy Gobert who slams it in. Giannis trying everything to keep the Bucks in it, gets the and one to go there, then the slam and one, and then it gets Rudy Gobert, gets another and one to go. That is strong and pretty. The Jazz could not be stopped though. Bogdanovich with the kiss off the glass, then Clarkson finds Gobert for the slam, and then Ingles hits his 7th three of the game. Final score, Jazz 129, Bucks 115. Friday night's loss against the Jazz was Milwaukee's 19th straight loss in Salt Lake City. The Jazz haven't won in Utah since the year 2000, a year best known for giving us the iridescent Waking Nightmare that was the live-action Thomas the Tank Engine movie. But look, this isn't a big deal for the Bucks. There's always challenges when playing in Utah. There's the altitude, the climate, the ghost of Joseph Smith visiting you in the night begging you to inscribe his words onto golden plates. There are a lot of reasons why the Bucks might be struggling in Utah. The Bucks had the number 1 overall defense last year, mainly due to their strategy of locking down the paint at risk of giving up three-point shots, and also allowing a real-life Buck to wander the court to intimidate other teams. In other words, last season the Bucks had the best defense, even though they gave up the most three-pointers per game in the NBA. This strategy worked for other teams that incorporated it as well, like the Celtics and Raptors. But things have changed this year. Instead of the Bucks, Raptors, and Celtics having the first, second, and fourth best defenses in the NBA, they're sitting at 11th, 14th, and 19th. These teams have lost the thing that made them great. It's like when they stopped making Four Loko with pure DMT. The scary thing for Milwaukee fans is that this is the entirety of the Bucks team identity. This is like the kid in middle school who bases their whole persona around wearing hoodies that zip all the way up. What are you to do in the summer? You failed to plan, you fool! On offense, the question for this Bucks team continues to be, is Chris Middleton a viable second option? I mean, if we're talking romantically, sure, I love my partner, but Chris could buy me furs. In terms of basketball, it's a little less clear. He's putting up decent numbers, averaging 20.6 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, and 6.2 assists, but is that enough to lead the Bucks to a championship? Part of the issue is that Giannis, his 2-time reigning MVP teammate, has such a cool nickname, the Greek Freak. Chris Middleton? According to Basketball Reference, his nickname is Cash Money, spelled with his patented KH. Though, as we all know, nicknames that rely on spelling are lame. Middleton needs a new nickname, like Chris Man Cometh, or Christopher, Chris Kringle, Chris Crackle, Chris Pop. Chris Karate, Christine Applegate, Jesus Christ, Cosmo Christmer, Jerry, you're not gonna believe this, Malcolm in the Middleton, Kate Middleton, yeah, Kate Middleton. The Utah Jazz have been great. As a matter of fact, they keep getting the same comparison by Celtics coach Brad Stevens and by JJ Redick the week before. Apparently, this team looks like the 2014 Spurs. That team, known for multiple actions and pure team basketball, went on to win the championship. They weren't flashy, but they were dominant, effective, intimidating. They were the Jesse Plemons of basketball. The Utah Jazz aren't even constructed that differently. Instead of Tony Parker, they have Mike Conley. Instead of Manu Ginobili, they have Donovan Mitchell. Instead of Tim Duncan, they have Rudy Gobert. And instead of Matt Bonner, they have Joe Ingles. And that might be the most apt comparison we've ever made. The Jazz haven't had Mike Conley for the last few games, as he's been sitting out with a sore hamstring. In his absence, Donovan Mitchell has stepped into more of a point guard role. So far, so good. Mitchell has posted 63 points and 20 assists in his last 2 games. That's all NBA level numbers at a position he doesn't even play. That'd be like if we replaced the Brooklyn Bridge with renowned musician Phoebe Bridgers, and she somehow got people into the city faster? That's not what you do, Phoebe. Or is it? Pop star Kesha once said, DINOSA, you are a dinosaur. But my question is, are you gonna watch another highlight? Yes, you are. What am I doing? Nets and Warriors tipping off. Kevin Durant, his first time back in San Francisco, or should I say in San Francisco for the first time, since that's not where he played. Harden hits the 3, then the nice pass to Bruce Brown, then Kevin Durant hits that jumper. That's impossible to guard. Warriors would respond. Steph Curry receives the nice feed from Draymond Green, then returns the favor. Curry finishes out the quarter with a nice little floater, then Wiggins hits the 3-pointer to start the second quarter. But this team has Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And James Harden gets the land to go here, then makes the nice pass to Bruce Brown. DeAndre Jordan was not playing this game, so Brown played center, and he dominated. Irving hits this mid-range jumper to finish out the first half. Warriors down big, but Kelly Oubre Jr. opens up with the gorgeous finish. Then Andrew Wiggins doing his best KD impression. Don't you wanna Juan Toscano, Anderson? Misses the shot, but Oubre's there for the put-in. Kyrie Irving has been on a tear. Hits the step-back 3-pointer there. Then the crossover on Draymond to get to his right hand for the lay-in. Harden was passing up a storm in this one. Finds Jeff Green on the gorgeous pass there. Then Kevin Durant with the crossover step-back. And then Kevin Durant hits this fall-away. I don't know how. Steph Curry trying to bring his team back by facilitating, finds Oubre Jr. Then Damian Lee in the corner who hits the 3, but it just wasn't gonna be enough. Irving finds Harden who hits the deep 3. And then he hits the step-back 3 from the same spot. And then Kyrie Irving just for good measure. Final score, Nets 134, Warriors 117. Steph Curry has been out of this world good. After missing most of last season with an injury, he's back to putting up numbers akin to his 2016 unanimous MVP season. He's averaging 36 and 6 and shooting 43% from 3 on almost 12 attempts per game. That's not human. It's a machine. And I don't even mean like intelligent AI. I mean like toaster. You're never like, oh, I wonder if this is gonna toast my bread. It always does. Steph always makes it. If you don't know Juan Toscano Anderson, you should. Bleacher Report tweeted this clip the other day.
Vision on the ball. Here's Wiggins again. The skip pass to Curry. 3 on the way. Yes, sir!
They tweeted it with the caption, quote, Steph's teammate knew it was cash before he even passed it. Then Juan T quote tweeted that tweet saying, hi, I'm Steph's teammate. My name's Juan. Beyond this great response, Juan Toscano Anderson is just a great story. He's a local Oakland kid, wears number 95 because he grew up on 95th Street, and he seems like he's just living the dream. Honestly, his story is like a movie, only in the Hollywood version his name would be Johnny Smith, and he'd be played by Adam Sandler, while the Draymond Green gritty mentor character would be played by Alec Baldwin. Steph Curry would play Steph Curry. Oh, I use a conditioner and shampoo this morning, and my mama says, Steph Curry, you gotta shoot the ball! Kevin Durant is back, which means the big 3 can finally get some extended minutes together. They've only played 5.5 games together, but those have been some of the most beautiful 5.5 games I've ever seen. When all 3 of Durant, Irving, and Harden play, they have an offensive rating of 148.2, which I can't believe is a real number. That's like scoring a 62 on your ACT. I don't even think the numbers go that high. What's even crazier is that in those 5.5 games, Irving, Durant, and Harden turn into the 3 best fourth quarter scorers in the league. They're unguardable. Or rather, it just doesn't matter if they're guarded. James Harden seems confident that the Nets can win it all this year. He recently made the point that, quote, "It's going to be hard for a team to beat us 4 times in a best of 7. Which is true to an extent, but also, is it? What's scarier, a team with the offensive power of Durant, Irving, and Harden, or a team that has the defensive power of any center at all? Now let's answer some viewer questions. Let's see what's in the mailbag. C. Tyrell34 asks, are the Sixers legit? Yeah, the Sixers are legit. Joel Embiid is having an MVP caliber season, Tobias Harris is having a resurgence, and be quiet about this, but I think Ben Simmons is having a dark horse candidate defensive player of the year season. Shh, don't let Rudy Gobert hear. EcoCrave asks, should the Wizards go into rebuild mode like the Thunder? And what would be a good trade for Beal if they do go into rebuild mode? Yes, the Wizards should go into rebuild mode. They're delaying the inevitable, just like LeBron's hair plugs. Draft picks are important, but if the Wizards were really smart, they would trade Beal straight up for Jimmer Fredette, known to the Chinese media as the Lonely God, who just scored 70 points for the Shanghai Sharks. Bring him back. Manu Paulio asks, who's the GOAT? Look, we could sit here all day and go back and forth between LeBron and MJ. Or we could grow up and acknowledge the fact that I would have been the greatest to ever do it, had I not developed tinnitus in my knees during the summer of '07. I can barely hear anything through them now. Hey, it's me, Julian1210 asks, how many minutes has Brian spent in therapy? Well, Julian, why don't we ask Brian?
Hey everyone, how are you? I'm Brian, I'm Frank's tall friend. I wanted to give you a little update with how it's going with me and my journey in therapy. It's actually been really great and really helpful. I was able to get in with this psychiatrist named Dr. Monterey, who's really old school and his methodology is just different than what you get nowadays with therapists. So he has me on a special diet and electric shock therapy, and I'm living in his home. So he's just watching me and watching my progress, and he has a lot of rules that I have to follow. So it's been really, really, really good. I think there's a lot of progress that he's here.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching. That's been our show. These are the people who helped me with the show today. We're going to be back with a brand new episode on Friday. We'll see you then. My name's Frank Spiro. This has been Let's Talk Basketball. Bye-bye.